Hello, lovely people. Welcome to Stella's Yarn Universe. Happy Lunar New Year if you're watching this video as it comes out. In honor of the Year of the Snake, I thought we'd make a snake together, like we made an Eastern Dragon last year. But of course, that's a great project to make any time if you love dragons as much as I. But anyway, now I thought it would be the perfect time to make a snake. I've been wanting to make one for a while now. So before we get started, I'm so curious to hear what your Chinese zodiac sign is. Mine is a rabbit, a fire rabbit. So I'd love to hear what you are. You can comment below. And so if you'd like the written version of the pattern, there's a free version on my website. And there's also a PDF version with step-by-step photos of the process. You can find it in my Etsy shop and Ribblr shop, both linked below. It's also included in my Patreon, so if you're not a patron yet and you're interested in becoming one, you can find the link below as well. There are many of my existing PDF patterns waiting for you to download. And so now let's get into what materials and tools we need to make this snake. So for this project we need DK or light worsted weight yarn or 4-ply fingering weight yarn. The one I'm using is Scheepjes Catona, which is a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. But DK and light worsted would work just as well in combination with a 2.5 millimeter hook. So this is something in between a C2 and B1. And also you can up or down scale the pattern, so feel free to experiment with it. You can, for example, use Aran or worsted weight yarn in combination with the size E hook, which is a 3.5 millimeter. So you can make this project in any size you like. And we need one main color. In this case, I'm using this silvery green and an accent color for the stripes. And I'm using red for the tongue. So here you can see with this one, I used a brighter green, and then I used this as accent yarn and red for the tongue. So I didn't make any specific snake. There were just way too many. So I just made one up. So then we also need quite a bit of fiber fill, and we need black embroidery floss, just a little bit for the mouth and nostrils. And we need a large-eyed sewing needle to make that embroidery, and we need a yarn needle for the markings, the stripes, a stitch marker, a few pins, and scissors. And for the eyes, I used 7 millimeter safety eyes, and oops, I painted them with nail polish. So I didn't bring my nail polish now, but I used green nail polish and clear one, like some of you suggested. Thank you. So yeah, use just any color you like. For the eyes, here I used this dark red, almost red orange. I wish I would have had yellow, but I didn't. So feel free to play with it. I'll show you in this tutorial how I painted the eyes in case you haven't done that before. If you've been following me for a while, you may have done this for the dragon project if you made that. So if you're lucky enough to find the perfect eyes for your snake, then of course you can skip this step. I find it quite tricky to find the right eyes in the right color and the right size. So here for this snake, which is not finished yet, I used orange, for example. I'm going to use green for this one. If I had yellow, I might have used yellow, but I don't. So I'm trying to use what I have here. So use whichever color you like. You can add more layers if your color is a bit sheer and doesn't cover quite easily. So we'll see how it's going with the green. So what I'm doing is just not using too much nail polish. And then painting the iris, leaving a long vertical slit somehow for the pupil. So, and I try to give it a slight curve, then turn. And then if the pupil is still too wide, I go over and make it a bit more narrow. So this is the first layer. Didn't cover the black of the eye fully, so I'm leaving this to dry for at least 2 minutes, and then I'll add a second coat. So now it's time for the second coat of color. If the pupil is still too wide, you can fix that now. And then I leave it to dry, this time a little bit longer, just to make sure it's all dried up before adding the clear coat. And now comes the clear coat. That's it, and I leave it to dry. I might apply another layer of clear coat, then hold it in my hands to dry a bit before setting it aside. So let's start with the details. We have the eyes now, so I'm going to make the tongue next. And so I'm using red for this one again. And I make a loop on my hook. And then 13 chains. And then I simply make one row of 12 single crochet starting in the second chain here. Oops. Give that a pull, and that's the tongue done already. So we can fasten up the yarn. It doesn't need to be too long because it's easily stitched on. And we can set this aside for later. Next, we can make this top layer of the head so that we have that ready for when the body is done. So I'm using the main color yarn. And make a little loop again. And then 3 chains. And so we start working in rows here, and In row 1 we simply make 2 single crochet starting in the second one here. Then chain and turn, and in row 2 we have 2 increases, so 1 increase in each of the 2 single crochet, that's 1 increase, and 2 single crochet in the next stitch, that's 2 increases, chain and turn. In row 3 we make 1 single crochet in each of the 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, then chain and turn. In row 4 we make a single crochet in the first stitch and then increase in the next 2 stitches, so 2 single crochet in here and in the next one, and then 1 single crochet in the last stitch. Oops. Chain and turn. In row 5 we make 6 single crochet, chain and turn, and in row 6 we start with 2 single crochet, and then we make 2 increases, 1 increase and another one, and finish the row with 2 single crochet. Then we chain and turn and make 8 single crochet in row 7, that's 8. Then we chain and turn. In row 8 we start with 3 single crochet, and we make 2 increases, and finish with 3 single crochet. Chain and turn. So now we have a stitch count of 10. In the next 5 rows we single crochet in all 10 stitches, chain and turn at the end. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed the next 5 rows of 10 single crochet. And this is rows 9 to 13 done, so 5 rows of 10 single crochet. And in row 14 we start with a single crochet, then we skip the next stitch and single crochet in the next 6, then we skip the next stitch and single crochet in the last, and chain and turn. In the next row we single crochet in all 8 stitches. Chain, turn, and in the next row we start with a single crochet, then skip the next stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip the next stitch and single crochet in the last stitch, and chain and turn. And here we crochet all around this piece now. So we start with this row making 6 single crochet, then we single crochet in the side of each row. So starting with this one here, we make another single crochet in the same spot but more from the side. That's 1, then the next one goes in the next gap here, 2, the next one in this gap, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now we turn everything 90 degrees and now we make 1 single crochet in each of the 2 base chains here. So that's 1 and 2. Then we turn everything 90 degrees again and make 1 single crochet in the other side of each row. So 16 single crochet all the way to this corner here. So I'm starting here with this gap here. And that's 16 single crochet in the other side. So now we should have 40 single crochet all around. And here we can fasten off, and we leave an extra long yarn end because we want to later use it to sew this part on the head. And so I'm leaving it, I think at least, well, I'm leaving it extra long just in case. That's probably 80 centimeters. 50 inches, I think. And so we can already make our invisible finish here. So we have that out of the way later. So we use a yarn needle, thread the end on, and here we have now our first stitch of this final round we made, and we go through the next stitch, so the second one, skipping the first one here. And then we go through the back loop of the last stitch that we made. And pull that tight. And this way we have a neat round here with that obvious beginning and end. But for now we set this part aside until it's time to attach it. So now we can crochet the head and body, starting with the head. And it is crocheted in rows, but we don't start with a magic ring. We start with 3 chains. And then we make a single crochet in the second chain. And then 4 single crochet in the last chain. So I'm making 2 on this side. And then turn it and make 2 more in the same chain, but from the other side. And then I'll make 3 single crochet in the other side of this first chain that we crocheted in. And now we have a round of 8 stitches. In round 2 we make 3 single crochet, and then increase, and we repeat this again, 3 single crochet, and then increase. So now we have 10 stitches. In round 3 we start with 4 single crochet, and then make an increase, and we repeat this once more, 4 single crochet, and an increase, now we have a round of 12 stitches. In the next round we have 5 single crochet, and an increase, and we repeat this. And now we have a round of 14 stitches, and I'll place my stitch marker in the last stitch now. In round 5 we start with 5 single crochet again, and then we make an increase. Then we make 6 single crochet, and an increase, and a single crochet in the last stitch. So now we have a stitch count of 16. In round 6 we start with 6 single crochet, and then we make an increase. Then we have 7 single crochet, and an increase, and we single crochet in the last stitch of the round. And now we have a stitch count of 18. In round 7 we start with 7 single crochet, then we have an increase, and then 8 single crochet. Then an increase, and a single crochet in the last stitch of the round. So now we have a stitch count of 20. In round 8 we start with 7 single crochet again, then we make an increase, and then we make 9 single crochet. Then we make an increase, and a single crochet in the remaining 2 stitches. So our stitch count is 22 now. In the next round we start with 8 single crochet, then we make an increase, and then 10 single crochet. Then we make an increase and single crochet in the last 2 stitches. So now we have a stitch count of 24. In round 10 we start with 9 single crochet, and then we make an increase, and then we make 11 single crochet. Then we make an increase and single crochet in the last 2 stitches. So now we have a stitch count of 26, and the next round begins with 9 single crochet again. Then we make an increase. Then we have 12 single crochet. And another increase, and then we single crochet in the remaining 3 stitches. So our stitch count is now 28, and in the next 3 rounds we will single crochet in all 28 stitches. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you crochet 3 rounds of 28 single crochet. So that's rounds 12 to 14 done. In round 15 we start with 5 single crochet, and then we make a decrease. So we go in the front loop of the next stitch And in the front loop of the next stitch, pick up the yarn, pull it through both front loops, and pick up the yarn and pull it through the 2 remaining loops on the hook. And we repeat this series of stitches 3 more times. So 5 single crochet, and a decrease. And 2 more times. And a final decrease. So now we have a round of 24 stitches. In round 16, we start with 2 single crochet. Then we make a decrease. And then we make 4 single crochet. And a decrease. And we repeat the 4 single crochet and the decrease 2 more times. That's 1. And 2. And then we single crochet in the remaining 2 stitches of the round. So our round has now 20 stitches. And in the next one, we start with 8 single crochet. And a decrease. Sorry, fell silent for a minute. And we repeat all of this again. So 8 single crochet. That's 8. And then we make another decrease so that we now have 18 stitches in the round. And now is a good time to insert the safety eyes. So I'm securing my stitch here. And I attached the eyes before in between round 7 and 8 with about 12 stitches space between along the lower jaw here. So let's see how that looks. We can also use our headpiece for reference. So first let's find rounds 7 and 8. So this here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll go to the side. So maybe in here. So these two, maybe let's start this way. These two spots here, they are the base chains. So you can look at the snake ahead from this angle. So the wider parts are the bottom and top of the head. And then we want the eye to go on the side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so either here or a bit higher. And just go for one spot higher and see how that looks. And I want the pupil to be vertical. So this is something to keep in mind. So that's one side done, and the other one would go exactly on the other side. So somewhere here. And that's it. So one more thing we can do to check the placement is place this headpiece on. We just need to keep in mind now the head is quite small. When it's filled, it looks significantly bigger. So probably this piece will, yeah, it actually looks good. If it goes over the eyes, don't worry about it, because the head will become bigger. And for me, it already looks matching, but it should be fine with the other one, even though the head stretched a bit when filled with fiber fill. When we stitch this headpiece on, we also stretch it quite a bit in width, so it should be fine. So I'm going to secure the eyes and fill the head with fiber fill. And once the head is nicely filled, especially the nose here, we can continue with the body. So we start with 2 single crochet, then we make 3 half double crochet. So a yarn over, go through the next stitch, pick up the yarn, pull it through, pick up the yarn and pull it through all 3 loops. 3 of those. Then we have a double crochet. So yarn over, go through the next stitch, pick up the yarn, pull it through, pick up the yarn, pull it through the first 2 loops, pick it up again and pull it through the remaining 2 loops. And we have 6 of those all together. So this is 2. And 6. Then we have 3 half double crochet again. And then 4 single crochet. And this was round 18. Round 19 goes exactly the same way. So you can pause and hit play once round 19 is done. It's round 19 done, and in rounds 20 to 22, so in the next 3 rounds, we crochet as follows. So here we start with 3 single crochet, then we make 3 half double crochet, oops, let's do that again, and then 6 double crochet. I try to make them quite tightly, not as loosely as I would make them for garment making. Just to minimize how much fiber fill shows through them. So this is just proof that I can't talk and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more double crochet to go. Then we have 3 half double crochet. And then we finish with 3 single crochet. And this is round 20. We do the exact same thing for rounds 21 and 22. Rounds 20 to 22 are done now, and you can just fill the body with filling as you go. Or something I should have mentioned sooner. Here you can see that the body bends to the right. So if that's not the case for you, then you can fix that by ensuring that the single crochet stitches are always on one side of the body, aligned with the eye, and the double crochet stitches are always on the other side of the body, aligned with the other eye. So the half double crochet stitches should always be on top. They're the in-between stitches. So this is how we get the bend from side to side, not up and down. So you can fix this if this is if your bend in the body is not going sideways. You can fix this by starting the round 18 that we did here on this side. So this here, or this here was the first stitch. So as you can see, it's on the side, the end and beginning of the round aligned with the eye. So even as this changes as we go on, the pattern adjusts. So if your starting point is correct, then you should most likely be fine. So if your starting point for the body is not here before starting round 18, so at the end of round 17, if let's say it's here, then you can make 2 more single crochets so that you start from here. Or if your end of the round after round 17 was here, then you can undo the last 2 stitches and start from here, or however many stitches you need to add or remove to start here from the side. This helps you get the sideways meandering body. So I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments if it's unclear. And then we just stuff the body as we go. And so then in round 23, we increase a bit, and here we just have single crochet stitches. So we start with 5 single crochet. and then we make an increase. And we repeat this 2 more times. That's 1. And 2. So now we have a stitch count of 21. And in the next 9 rounds, rounds 24 to 32, we make 1 single crochet in each of these 21 stitches. So you can pause the video here while you make 9 rounds of 21 single crochet. Rounds 24 to 32 are done now, and in round 33 we start with 16 single crochet. Then we have 4 half double crochet, and we finish with a double crochet. And here you can check again if the placement of the stitches is correct for you. So here, where we had this single crochet, this is just the round in which we move back to the curvy rounds, so to speak. So here, this is first single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 6 single crochet are on this side because now we're making a bend in the other direction. So the 6 single crochet are in this on this side. Here we just made the first double crochet, so the 7 double crochet will be on the other side in order to get this sideways bend. And so here, if it's not like this for you, if let's say the single crochet stitches are on top, then you do fewer than 16 in this round. You reduce them so that you have 6 single crochet here on the side before the half double crochet start. The half double crochet are on top. Or if the half double crochet are here, for example, then you would make more single crochet so that you have the 6 single crochet on the side and the 4 half double crochet on top. So in these rounds in between, you can always adjust the placement. I hope this makes sense. And then in rounds 34 to 36, we start with 6 double crochet. So this is now the center double crochet of the 7, and you can see it's more or less on the side of the body. That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 7 double crochet all together. The center one is aligned with the side, more or less. I'm not too fussy about it, but it should be enough. In the next 4 stitches, we make half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4 half double crochet. Now they are here on the belly. Then we have 6 single crochet. So this is 3, so the midpoint, and as you can see, the midpoint is on the other side of the body. So that's how it should be. If it's not, you can adjust all of this in the previous round, like I explained. And then we have 4 half double crochet again. And we finish with a double crochet. And the next 2 rounds are done the exact same way. So you can pause and hit play once you completed 2 more rounds just like this one. Rounds 34 to 36 are done now, and in the next 3 rounds, rounds 37 to 39, we start with a 7 double crochet. Then we make 4 half double crochet. Six single crochet. And finish with 4 half double crochet. So this is round 37, and rounds 38 and 39 are done exactly the same way. So that's round 37 to 39 done. In the next three rounds 42, 42, we start with 1 half double crochet, and then we make 7 double crochet. Then we have 4 half double crochet, and 6 single crochet. And we finish with 3 half double crochet. So this is round 40 done, and rounds 41 and 42 are done exactly the same way. Rounds 40 to 42 are done now, and in the next 3 rounds, 43 to 45, we start with 2 half double crochet. And then we make 7 double crochet. Then 4 half double crochet, six single crochet, and we finish with 2 half double crochet. And so this is round 43 done. Rounds 44 and 45 are done the exact same way. Now rounds 43 to 45 are done, and in round 46 we start with 3 half double crochet, and then we make 7 double crochet, then we make 4 half double crochet, and then we finish the round with 7 single crochet. So this is round 46 done. In round 47 we increase a little, and we start with an increase. So 2 single crochet in the first stitch, and then we make 6 single crochet. And then we repeat this 2 more times. So 1 increase and 6 single crochet. And once more, 1 increase and 6 single crochet. And that's round 47 done. Now we have a stitch count of 24. And in the next 5 rounds, rounds 48 to 52, we make 1 single crochet in each of them. So you can pause the video again and hit play once you completed 5 rounds of 24 single crochet. Rounds 48 to 52 are done now, and in round 53 we start with 12 single crochet. Then we make 4 half double crochet, and 8 double crochet. In round 54 we start with 4 half double crochet. Then we make 8 single crochet, and 4 half double crochet. And then we finish the round with 8 double crochet. In the next 3 rounds, rounds 55 to 57, we start with 1 double crochet, then we make 4 half double crochet, eight single crochet, four half double crochet, and 7 double crochet. So this is round 55 done, and round 56 and 57 are done the exact same way. Rounds 55 to 57 are done now, and in rounds 58 to 60 we start with 2 single crochet. Then we make 4 double crochet, half double crochet, oops, that's 3, and 4, then 8 single crochet, four half double crochet, and 6 double crochet. So this is round 58 done, and the next two rounds, round 59 and 60, are done exactly the same way. That's round 58 to 60 done. In round 61 to 63, we start with 3 double crochet. Then we have 4 half double crochet, 8 single crochet, 4 half double crochet, and 5 double crochet. So this is round 61 complete. Round 62 and 63 are done the same way. Rounds 61 to 63 are done now, and in round 64 we start with 4 double crochet. Then 4 half double crochet, 8 single crochet, 4 half double crochet, and 4 double crochet. So we only have one round like this. The next round, round 65, also starts with 4 double crochet, and then 4 half double crochet, but then we finished the round with 16 single crochet. So this is round 65 complete. In the next 5 rounds, rounds 66 to 70, we will make 5 rounds of 24 single crochet. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed the next 5 rounds of 24 single crochet. Now rounds 66 to 70 are complete, and in round 71 we start with a decrease. And then we single crochet in the remaining 22 stitches. That's round 71 done. So we have a stitch count of 23 now. In round 72 we start with 11 single crochet. And then we make a decrease. And then we single crochet in the remaining 10 stitches of the round. So now our round has 22 stitches. In round 73 we start with a decrease. And then we single crochet in the remaining 20 stitches of the round. So you can pause the video here and finish the round. So that's round 73 done. We have a stitch count of 21, and in the next 3 rounds, rounds 74 to 76, we start with 3 single crochet. Then we make 4 half double crochet, seven double crochet, for half double crochet, and 3 single crochet. So this is round 74 complete, and rounds 75 and 76 are done the same way. Rounds 74 to 76 are done, and in rounds 77 to 80 we start with 4 single crochet. Then 4 half double crochet, seven double crochet, four half double crochet, and 2 single crochet. So this is round 77 done, and rounds 78 and 79 are done the same way. My apologies, I think I said round 80 before, but that's not true. So we have 2 more rounds of the same, round 78 and 79. Now rounds 77 to 79 are done, and in rounds 80 to 82 we start with 5 single crochet. Then 4 half double crochet, seven double crochet, four half double crochet, and 1 single crochet. And this is round 80 done, and the next 2 rounds, round 81 and round 82 are done the same way. Rounds 80 to 82 are done, and so in rounds 83 to 85 we start with 6 single crochet. then we make 4 half double crochet, and 7 double crochet. And then we finish with 4 half double crochet. So this is round 83, and rounds 84 and 85 are done the same way. Rounds 83 to 85 are done, and in the next two rounds, rounds 86 and 87, we make 21 single crochet. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed these two rounds of 21 single crochet. Round 86 and 87 are done, and in round 88 we start with a decrease. And then we finish with 19 single crochet. So you can pause the video again. Now round 88 is done, so we have a stitch count of 20. And in round 89 we start with 9 single crochet. And then we make a decrease, and we finish the round with 9 more single crochet. So this is round 89 complete. We're down to a stitch count of 19. And in round 90 we start with a decrease. And then we single crochet in the remaining 17 stitches of the round. So here you can pause the video again. It's round 90 complete. We have a stitch count of 18 now. In round 91 we start with 16 single crochet, And then we finish with 2 half double crochet. In rounds 92 to 94, so the next 3 rounds, we start with 1 half double crochet, then we make 6 double crochet, then 3 half double crochet, six single crochet, and then we finish with 2 half double crochet. Let's do that again. There we go. So this is round 92 done. And rounds 93 and 94 are done the same way. Rounds 92 to 94 are done now, and the next 2 rounds, rounds 95 and 96, start with 2 half double crochet. And then we make 6 double crochet. Then 3 half double crochet, six single crochet, and then we finish with a half double crochet. So this is round 95, and the next round is done the same way. Round 96 is done now, and in round 97 we start with 3 half double crochet. Then 6 double crochet, then 3 half double crochet, and 6 single crochet. So that's round 97 done. We still have a stitch count of 18, and in the next 5 rounds, which are rounds 98 to 102, we make 1 single crochet in each of the 18 stitches. So you can pause the video here and hit play once you completed 5 rounds of 18 single crochet. Rounds 98 to 102 are done, and in round 103 we start with 2 single crochet and then we make a decrease. Then we have 4 single crochet and a decrease, and we repeat again the 4 single crochet and a decrease, and then we finish with 2 single crochet. So now we have a stitch count of 15, and in the next 2 rounds, which are rounds 104 and 105, we single crochet 1 in each of the 15 stitches. So here you can pause the video again. Now rounds 104 and 105 are done, and in round 106 we make 3 single crochet and a decrease. And we repeat this 2 more times. 3 single crochet and a decrease. So now our round has 12 stitches, and in rounds 107 and 108 we single crochet 1 in each of them. Rounds 107 and 108 are done now, and in around 109, well, first of all, make sure that you add some more fiber fill if needed, because in the next round we'll decrease some more. So we start with a single crochet and then we decrease, then we single crochet 2, and decrease, and then we repeat the 2 single crochet and the decrease once more, And then we finish the round with a single crochet. So our round has 9 stitches now, and in the next 2 rounds, which are round 110 and 111, we single crochet 1 in each of them. This is round 110 and another one. And round 111. So last chance to add any more fiber fill. And then in round 112, we make 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and we repeat this 2 more times. 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, 1 single crochet and 1 decrease. So now we have a round of 6 stitches, and in round 113 we single crochet 1 in each of them. And that's it. That's the body done, so we can fasten off here. And then we take our yarn needle and now we go through the front loop of each of the 6 stitches. And then we close the round and go through the center of this last round and weave in this yarn end. And then we can trim this off. So that's the crochet part of our snake done. You can squish it a bit to shape the fiber fill if it looks lumpy anywhere. And so now we can get to the details for the head. So let's make the embroidery for the mouth. For this we need black embroidery floss, about 30 centimeters or 12 inches, sorry. And we need our large-eyed sewing needle for this part. So I start here in the center front. So with the embroidery, with the sharp large-eyed sewing needle and the embroidery floss, I make sure not to go through in between stitches, because this way we don't have much control over where our stitch goes. I try to stitch through the fibers of the yarn. So this way there's much more control over where the stitch goes. So I want to make a horizontal stitch here. And now that I pull the thread through, I pull it only about halfway through. So we'll use the other end later. Then I'll go through the same spot. That's it. Now I'm moving here to the side of the mouth. So I'm making one stitch going down a bit, and it's 1, 2, 3, around 3 rounds long, the stitch. And I'm already making the next one at the same time, and this one's going more parallel to parallel to the floor, if we imagine the floor there, and it leads here. It stops close to the eye, so there are about 2 stitches space in between where the stitch is gonna end and the eye, and it stops just aligning with the front of the eye, if that makes sense. So pulling that through, and now I repeat the same stitch to get the other stitch here completed. So this is one side of the mouth. Now I'm going to wrap the thread around the mouth. And to do that, I go through underneath the stitch that I just made. And then I repeat it again to wrap the yarn around it twice. This smoothes out this line of the mouth and also makes the embroidery more bold. Now I go through underneath the next stitch once, and twice. And underneath this stitch in the front here once and twice, and then I go insert the needle here at the corner and I bring it up to the top of the head, and here I try to go through in between stitches, so I'm trying not to catch any fibers there, although it wouldn't be too dramatic since this part will be covered by the head piece later. So then I bring that thread end through, And now we can repeat all of these steps on the other side. And for this we thread the other end on our needle. So I'm trying to mirror the stitches here, so it might help to look at the mouth from beneath. And then I try to stop at a similar spot. And repeat that again. Oops. And that's it. And then we do the same thing as we did with the other stitches. So we wrap the thread around it twice around each stitch. And here we also go through it again, wrapping it twice around and then going through the head to the same spot where the other ends are. And bring the end through here. So this is how the mouth looks. And now we can hide these thread ends here. Cut them a bit shorter. And then we can pull them to the inside of the head. Just gonna cut this one bit here off. This part, like I said, is going to be covered in a bit anyway. So for this we need our yarn needle. And we just start with any of the two ends. And now I just go through here at this corner of the mouth, or not corner really, corner of the front part of the mouth, above the embroidery. And this part is going to be covered in a bit anyway, so I just go through above it. That should be fine. And now again I find a stitch on top of the head where to hide the ends. Then pull that through. Oh, and you may want to have the tongue facing right side up if it's important to you. I think it's not too important. And then we go through here on the other side, the other edge of the front part. And now I actually go through the next stitch because I'm going to tie the ends together and then hide them under the headpiece. This way the tongue gets secured a bit more firmly. So now we can tie these ends together. And cut them shorter, but we don't need to hide them in this case since they will be covered, and we can't hide them anyway because there's a stitch in between them, and they will be covered right now with the headpiece. So we can pin this in place now. I'll just start at the front. So we want this front part to cover the tongue a little bit to make this part kind of an extension of the mouth. This is how it looks from the sides. This other shorter yarn end can be hidden underneath as well. And then I'm going to pin these two corners on the head. And then we can thread the long yarn end on the yarn needle. So the way we stitch this headpiece on is we start, I go around this way, but which way doesn't really matter. So we start catching a loop on the head, on the body here, right behind the neck. Just a small stitch as close to the headpiece as possible. And then I go through the next stitch here of the headpiece, going up, then going down through the next stitch, and then I find the loop on the body as close to it as possible. Go through that sideways, and then for the best result we go through the same stitch again, but this time from the bottom up, and then go through the next stitch top down. And then again find a loop on the body as close to it as possible, making a small stitch, and going up through the same stitch of the headpiece, and then going down through the next piece, the next stitch of the headpiece. In this way we work our way around until we reach the eye there. So now I've reached the eye, and so here I just weave the yarn end through the stitches above the eye. And now with the next stitch I start attaching again. So now I continue the same way. until we reach the tongue. So here it gets a bit tricky to catch small loops. But one stitch to go until we reach the tongue. So let's see if I can get under this one here. So now we're at the tongue. And so here I just go through and make a horizontal stitch to the other side of the tongue. This way I think you can see it best. Just skipping the tongue. And then we can continue here on the other side of it. And then we can continue attaching the headpiece the same way we did on the other side. So that's attached all around. So now I'll just weave in this yarn end. As I'm editing this video, I realize I didn't show you how to embroider the nostrils with this snake, so I'm going to show you using these pictures here. And so for the nostrils, we need a 20 centimeter, 8-inch long piece of embroidery floss and our large-eyed sewing needle. And so we go through a spot in between stitches underneath the head or on the bottom side of the head and stitch through to one corner of the nose, and there we make a short vertical stitch, so about one single crochet stitch short, and then we repeat this stitch to make the nostril a bit bolder, and at the same time we go through to the other side to the spot where we start embroidering the second nostril. And so when you're there, you make an equally short vertical stitch and make another one, and with the second stitch you stitch through to the spot where the other thread end comes out of, so it must be exactly the same spot, same thing as we did for the mouth. So you pull that through, and there you can tie the thread ends together, shorten them a bit, and hide them inside the head using your crochet hook. And this is how the nostrils will look. So for the markings, I'm using this darker color here. I'll just make simple stripes, but of course feel free to experiment with it and try different markings on your snake if you like. I'll just leave a long yarn in here. I just leave it as long as I can handle. And let's just start here on the bottom. So I start here on the bottom side. And then I go to the midpoint. Doesn't really matter where you start. I start here at this point, but on eye level, because I want to attach or embroider stripes to the top side of the body. So now I just go by the rows, the rounds that we made. So this stripe is going to go on here in between this round and this one. So this is how I'm following the line between rounds until I reach eye level again, and then I stitch through again to the other side, or actually what would save yarn would be stitching here 2 rounds. I want one stripe every 2 rounds, so I just skip 2 rounds here, go through, and then again I follow the rounds. So here I find again the midpoint and then skip 2 rounds towards the next spot in between 2 rounds. And so this one's gonna go across here. And so here I make again a stitch 2 runs further down. And this is how I work my way all along down to the tail end of the snake. So let me show you what I do when I run out of yarn. Like now, I don't let myself run completely out. I still leave enough to reach the other yarn and so that I can tie them together and hide them. So with my next stitch, I just move closer to that other yarn end. So here I'm making my next stripe, and then I'll just go through in between stitches so that I can go through the same gap again, and this way move closer to the other end there. Actually, this might be long enough to reach it. If not, I would have brought this one to the first yarn end. So it doesn't matter which way it goes as long as they end up in the same spot. And then we hide them as we did before with the red yarn ends, or no, sorry, not the red ones, the black thread ends of the mouth embroidery. So make a double knot, cut the ends short, and then insert the hook at a distance and then pull the knot in so the yarn ends get hidden inside. And so now I'm repeating these steps to make the remaining stripes. So I finished the stripes. They're just on top, as you can see. And with that, our snake is done. So thank you very much for crocheting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up for me and share it with anyone who you think might enjoy it as well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my future crochet tutorials. There's a lot more to come this year, so I'd love to have you on board, and see you in another one. Thank you so much. Bye.